everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you might be dialing in from around the world. Thank you all for joining and spending time with us for today's webinar, Top 10 Trends in Retail Banking and Payments 2022, From Disruption to Transformation, presented by IT Novarica Group. I'm Caitlin Labby, and I'll be your host for today's webinar. We'll be starting the webinar shortly, but first, let me just cover a few quick housekeeping items. We will be taking questions at the end of the webinar, so please feel free to submit your questions using the questions feature located in the GoToWebinar toolbar to the right of your screen. Also, today's webinar will be recorded, and a link to view the recording on demand will be available after the session for current clients of our retail banking and payments practice. It is now my pleasure to introduce our first speaker. David Albertazzi is the Director of IT Novarica Group's Retail Banking and Payments Practice, and he focuses on retail bank channels and core banking technologies. He specializes in technology solutions used by banks and credit unions to support their mobile banking, online banking, branch, ATM, and call center channels, and he assesses the strategies and technology implementations of financial institutions of all sizes. His recent research has addressed digital banking trends and technologies, including cloud computing, consumer mobile banking, digital onboarding, and the drivers of global core banking system replacement. David also covers electronic bill payment and presentment. He is joined on today's webinar by our esteemed retail banking and payments practice team. I'll turn the mic over now to David for further introductions and to dive into today's content. Thank you again for joining us, and we hope you enjoy today's webinar.
Hey, thank you, Caitlin. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for spending some of your valuable time with us today. I'm David Albertazzi, and as mentioned, I'm the Director of IT's Novarica's Retail Banking and Payments Practice. So we're going to spend the next 45 minutes or so walking through what we see as some of the top 10 trends driving the retail banking and payments environment in 2022. We have a great lineup of speakers, and today's presentation is really meant to provide a high-level snapshot of our industry. As an IT Novarica client, if you have any questions for our speakers, please feel free to reach out to us anytime after the webinar, and we'll be more than happy to take a deeper dive into any of the topics we will cover today. So COVID-19 has changed many aspects of daily life since it first emerged. One key area of change that impacts the retail banking and payments industry is the channels through which consumers browse, purchase, bank, and pay for goods and services. I think in addition to the pandemic, the Great Resignation, changing regulatory pressure, new data sources, and increased global attention to virtual currency are all affecting how people conduct transactions. Financial institutions, acquirers, payments providers, card networks, all have already been adjusting their business models to keep up with consumer expectations. With the change in habits that are taking place, including contactless or no-touch transactions, increase in online shopping, increases in digital banking and payments, many businesses are asking themselves how to develop any competitive advantage, how to provide a personalized experience that meet customers where they are with what they need and when they need it, how to increase customer loyalty, and how to drive long-term revenue.